Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First off, I want to say that I do apologize for not, uploading videos more frequently, but I am new at this and I'm still trying to, get used to things. And also I bought a new camera which I'm on right now. So I'm still trying to figure out how to use this. So anyway, today I'll be talking about what made me go natural. And if you don't know, then I have been transitioning for almost 3 years now. My last relaxer was on November the 2nd of 2012. So that would make me 29 months post relaxer. Now, a lot of people ask me on Instagram and everything, on my personal Instagram page, when am I going to Big Chop? My answer to that is I don't know. My hair isn't giving me trouble. It isn't stressing me out. It isn't bothering me. It's not breaking off. And it doesn't take me as much time as the same amount of time it took me when I was relaxed. It takes the same amount of time to do my hair now that I'm transitioning. So I do not know when I want to Big Chop. I am looking at a date. I do have a date in mind depending on how I feel. Sometime this year, I was looking at November the 2nd of this year to chop off any remaining ends. But as y'all can see my hair right now, I have tons of shrinkage and I don't straighten my hair too often. So if my hair is at this length, at the date that I have in mind, then I may go ahead and trim off those ends. But if my hair shrinkage is above where it's at right now on my shoulders, you guys can see, then I probably would transition for a little bit longer because I refuse to chop off my relaxed ends and end up straightening my hair and keeping it straight all the time. Like, I refuse to do that. So anyway, the reason why I decided to go natural is not because of it's so-called the big thing now. I've been thinking about going natural for a long time now, for a couple of years, like years before I started transitioning. But I was afraid, like anyone else would be afraid, because I didn't know much about natural hair. And also my hair, while it was relaxed, it was still long. It wasn't really that healthy, but it was as healthy as it could be while it was being relaxed. And I know I always got my hair done professionally. I always went to a beautician to get my relaxers, and I noticed that she knew that I was going to go natural before I even knew that I was going to go natural. And I say this because I absolutely hated getting relaxers. I hated going to the beauty shop. I hated it with a passion, because not only did I have bad allergies, and so the smell, I just couldn't handle the smell. My scalp felt like it was gonna burn off. It hurt so bad. I was just in excruciating pain all the time just to get my hair straightened. And after I get my hair straight, relaxing it, I didn't like it. I hated it. I never liked how my hair looked while it was relaxed until about 2 weeks post relaxer. That's when I would like it a little bit more, because it felt like my hair was just glued to my head, like very flat, very lifeless. And if I can find some old pictures, then I probably will put it in a video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But my hair actually looked like it was glued to my scalp, like glued down to my scalp, and it hurt so bad. Even when she rinsed it out, I was ready for her to rinse it out, but then again, don't really be looking forward to it, because you all know at the beauty shop they have the little stream pressure, whatever you call it, pump, when they wash your hair. And oh my goodness, it hurt like crap. When she rinses the relaxer out of my head, it hurt like crap. Talk about pain. Man, it was very painful. The only thing I did like was her shampooing my hair. That's the only thing that I did like, was the shampooing part, you know, massaging my scalp, because they did feel good. But everything else was a big no-no. And I hate this so much, I just started stretching out my relaxers longer and longer without me. Sorry about the lightning, guys, but the sun keep playing peekaboo today because it's supposed to rain. Well, anyway, I would stretch my relaxers out longer and longer. And this is before I even knew anything about YouTube. I didn't know that I was stretching my relaxers, or I didn't know anything about YouTube. I don't watch YouTube videos. I just did it just because I hated going to the beauty shop. I did go when it came to the time for me to go to the beauty shop. Then I just dreaded, but I just go just to go, because people would tell me, and me being, you know, not knowing any better and not thinking for myself, I listened to what everyone else would tell me. Like, it would be 3 months past, 4 months past since I had a relaxer, and people were like, oh girl, you have to go or your hair gonna fall out. And people told me that. Even my own beautician that I've been to for years, like, she's like the family beautician. And my family have been going to her as long as I can remember. When I got my first perm, I was 12 years old. My mom did it for a year and my hair was really nice and thick. But then a year later, when I was 13, that's when I started getting my hair done professionally. And I've always gone to her for relaxers. Like, for years, we've been going to her since I was 13 years old. And so I trusted her, and she would tell me, okay, you need to come back every 6 weeks, every 6 to 7 weeks, you need to come back or your hair gonna start breaking off. And I believed her, guys. I mean, she's the beautician, been doing our hair for years, so I believed her. I mean, why would she lie to me, right? I trusted her because she's the beautician, so she should know what she's talking about. And so that's why I used to go to her faithfully every 7 weeks. I probably slip up sometime and go to her every 8 weeks, but majority of the time I went to her every 7 weeks. But then that didn't last very long, because after a few months, my hair started to thin out. It was still long and growing, but my hair was just thinning out. Eventually, those 7 weeks turned to 8. The 8 weeks start turning to 9. Maybe I'll go next week. The next week come, I'm like, well, maybe I'll just go the next week, because I hated that. And before I realized it, 4 to 5 months then passed by without me getting a relaxer. It's been that long now. Look, I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't been like 4 months. I need to go before my hair started breaking off. So I would go to her. So one day I was just looking in the mirror, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this to myself? Now, I will rewind a little bit. When I just start getting fed up with my hair, I start getting fed up with the process, everything I would have to go through just to get straight hair. I hated it. So one day I was just scrolling on the internet, and I came across this lovely young lady named Pretty Witty 77. And so when I clicked on her, it directed me to YouTube, and that's when I first learned about YouTube, and she is the first person that I started looking at. Now, this was in 2012, maybe like the springtime, and I think it was her first video, if I can remember correctly. The first video that I saw, her hair was shorter, and she was going on a 6-month relaxer stretch and trying to grow her hair out and get it healthy. And so I got so addicted to her videos, guys. I started watching her like every time she uploads. I'm right there looking at her video. Her hair was very beautiful, and it's still beautiful now. But after a couple of her videos, I started thinking I wanted to take better care of my hair, because I noticed my hair was long, but it was really thin, and there was absolutely nothing that I could do to stop it, because come on guys, I've gone months without getting a relaxer and it still didn't help. I didn't realize I went months, but when I went back to see when my last relaxer were, it's been months and nothing helped. So I have thick hair as well, but she had lovely thick hair. But then a couple of months passed and I'm just looking in the mirror and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why? Why am I constantly going back in relaxers for no reason? Because that's when I realized that it's been months and months since I've had my last relaxer. And guess what? My hair is still on my head. And a lot of people didn't know that I was transitioning because I've always worn my hair curly. Every time I get a relaxer, I wear my hair straight just that one day, but immediately when I get home, I go and put some rollers in it because I hated how straight hair looked on me. So when my new growth started to come in, nobody really noticed that I had a ton of new growth because I always wear my hair curly, or I always put it in a ponytail. I always wore a bun. I was lazy with my hair. Didn't do too much. I didn't do too many styles on my hair either. I realized that my hair is still on my head, so why am I constantly going back to the beauty shop? I might as well just stop going. My hair is still on my head. It haven't fell out yet. So I'm like, well, everybody and their mama didn't lie to me, and I'm crazy enough to believe them. So at that moment when I realized that to not believe what people say, I immediately decided that I was going to stop getting relaxers. And I didn't know that it was called going natural. I just knew that I wasn't going to put a chemical on my head anymore. After looking at Pretty Witty, I started coming across all these other people on YouTube that would say how to go natural and things like that. And been a couple of months since I've had a relaxer, so I'm like, okay, let me look at some videos. Let me educate myself a little bit more about going natural and what I need to do. I took note of a lot of things that people would tell me. They would tell me to do this, to do that. I listened to a lot of people, so I just took a little bit of what each person said and made it my own. I tweaked it a little bit. Some I tweaked a lot, but I finally figured out what worked for my head. Way before November the 2nd of 2012, I knew that I was going to go natural. I knew that I wasn't going to put a relaxer in my hair anymore. But the reason why I decided to go ahead and get a relaxer anyway was because the relaxer that I received before November 2nd, my hair kind of didn't take it as well. So I had a lot of texture in my hair. So I didn't want to immediately go back in a few weeks to get a corrective relaxer because I knew that I was going to go natural. But after a few weeks dealing with natural growth of my new growth, my natural new growth, the textiles hair and the bone straight relaxed hair, I decided that I did not want to deal with 3 different hair textures. And I thought that it would be better for me if I just dealt with 2 hair textures, my natural hair and the bone straight relaxed hair. I knew months before November 2nd that I was going to go natural. So after a couple of months, not too long, it probably was maybe about 3 months, maybe a little over 3 months, because guys, again, I could have just gotten a corrective relaxer in a couple of weeks, but I don't like getting relaxers, so yeah, I waited. I probably wasted a good 3 months of growth, but I don't care. I just hated getting relaxers, so hey, I wanted to wait as long as I could, but not too long. So I waited a little over 3 months, and then that led November 2nd. So I went to my beautician and I got a relaxer, and she gave me a corrective relaxer as well on the textile hair. So yeah, that was the beginning of my transition. and I am very happy that I decided to transition. I wish that I would have done it earlier, a lot earlier, but being human and not thinking for myself, I believed what other people would say, that your hair will fall out. If you try to go natural, your hair will fall out. But my hair is still on my head, guys. Like, it's still there, it's still all there, and it's very long, and it's thick and healthy. Wondering, then this is a twist out that I finally was able to do, because when I first started transitioning officially, I looked at a lot of natural hair videos. I looked at a lot of beautiful young ladies with natural hair and doing twist outs and wash and goes and all these beautiful big hairstyles. So I wanted to do, a big hairstyle too. And I've been trying since the beginning of my transition to do a twist out, but I had too much relaxed hair on my head, so it didn't work out. But now I have a lot of natural growth, and it finally came out decent looking, and it's bouncy, really bouncy, and I like it.